Using this number 18 flat bright. It's from Master Touch Fine Art Studio. I think I got it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I love this thing. It lets me really work. I can use the chisel of it to create these lines, and I can use the meaty part of the brush to make, do that, to get these large areas, blocked in. And on a smaller canvas like this, though, with what I'm getting ready to do now, well, I'm actually probably going to come in first with this, right? And then we're going to just do what we did over there. We're going to just use regular white and come in because this is just black and gray. And we're just going to come in and we're going to start establishing some more shapes. And so with the white, I like to use, a darker background even on my palette here. Just dump a little bit out. It's probably all I'm going to need for right now. And same thing. You're getting that nice and inky. A little too inky there. Just grab a little more pigment. And I'm pushing the bristles of the brush flat against this to get the pigment or the paint to get into here real good. All right, so now let's come over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to establish this little region here. Establish that brow line again. That's what we did on the other one. So it's going to kind of be the nose. It's going to come down into here, to this thing. I don't have a reference. I did look at some art. It wasn't mine when I started this, but it doesn't look anything like that. I just used it as a kind of a template for the composition more, just because I didn't have any ideas of what to do at that moment, which is a good way to learn how to draw stuff for yourself, is to look at other people's work instead of tracing it, or just copying it outright. You just look at the composition of it, learn what that's doing. And that's kind of what I did with this, it's becoming its own thing. So, and that's what my goal is with these things is, for a long time, I didn't post a lot of stuff, or I'm afraid to go online to do anything because I knew that my work wasn't really as original as it should be. And, I didn't know any better, especially as a young artist, I didn't understand a lot of things. I was just happy I could look at something and draw it and copy it well. That's what realism is. If you think about it, it's all it really is. And that's why I don't really get into like hyper, what I would call realism. I like surrealism like this because it gives me an opportunity to be creative, but yet create stuff that would be like realistic looking. That's what surrealism means. And it's a lot of fun because then you can just do whatever you want and not be married to these, processes that you need to have for something realistic. So I did all that with just that one load of the paint, which is what I like, because I like to work fast. But this one's going to be, I'm not going to grab any more water because I kind of really want to establish this bridge here a little better. Some of these major points of highlights here, and then I'm just going to come in and kind of smear it out with my finger. I'm going to do one here. That's cool. And then we're going to come over here and do it. Sometimes I'll get a little carried away with this big brush, and I'll try to do too much at once, and I'll make big, bold mistakes. That's okay, because they turn into what Bob Ross would call is happy accidents a lot of times, and that's what gives it its sort of organic feel sometimes. If you step back and take a look at it, you might see something that you were not intending to do, that happened on accident, it's better than anything you ever intended. And that's the fun part of painting organically, with, instead of just doing stuff on a Procreate or whatever. And I just don't feel right about trying to sell prints of stuff I did on Procreate. I just don't think that's the jam. Especially with AI, you can get so many people can say, oh, I did that on Procreate, and no, you just generated that in AI. I use AI. I've used AI a lot to generate references that I've used for paintings and tattoos. Nothing wrong with it. It's better than Google. You're going to get something that's not been done before. I get a lot of similar or something, but you're not going to get the exact thing. So that is why. Soften that blow a little bit. And then the more you do these, the more your style comes out, the more you say, oh, that felt good. I feel comfortable with that. This little wiggling motion that I'm making right now, it's and I know when I put a little bit of white there, a little more here, so it'll kind of come down, come in here, and start establishing these little undertones. Big mistake there. I wasn't meaning to do that. I was trying to go over here. It's okay though. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to blend it out and make it all come together. Just like that. Happy accident. Gives it another layer of white right there. That's exactly what I was talking about before, about the little happy accidents, you know what I mean? I'm just impatient. I'm impatient as hell when it comes to art, man. I don't want to wait a year for my painting to be done, I've done that. I've worked on paintings for a year or two before, and I threw them away. They just never looked good. They always looked like shit to me. I tried to do like this mermaid on the beach, just like this redhead, and something about, with acrylic especially, I'm just not able to come in and really get smooth transitions. So I'm going to go ahead and just for sorry about that. You're getting the unedited version